Hola.
Hello and welcome to I Can't Cook. This is my cooking show. Today we have celebrity guest chef
Patrick, that's my name. My name is Patrick. I live with you.
Since when? Today we are cooking a risotto that has ingredients.
Okay.
Would you like to grate some cheese?
I will. I'll have to get another chopping board there. And I'll go off in my little corner.
Yep, to your corner. We've got red boys and...
Oh, we have special editing techniques. We have chopping cam.
Yeah, we'll set that in motion. To start with, you cut the onion. And then you gotta make sure you peel it so that it's edible. It's an important step.
How much cheese am I grating?
All of it.
80 grams, and this is a block of 200 grams.
Not all of it. Most of it.
Most of it. Okay.
Cheese is the most important part of every meal. It provides calcium and bones.
It provides bones?
It provides bones.
Is that in the cheese?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what makes your bones strong.
I think that's milk, but yeah, I guess all dairy is the same thing, right?
Cheese is milk.
Milk, eggs, cheese, it's all just milk in different forms, like ice, you know, solid, gas, liquid.
Recently I've learned how to cut an onion, and I'm not doing what I've learned. I'm trying to.
See, I feel a little bad about the situation, because normally when we grate cheese in the flat, this is John's job. He's the cheese master, the master grater,
It is.
and I'm taking over it for the sake of this show.
It's my main accomplishment since moving in. I didn't actually read what I was meant to do with that. I'm assuming cut it out.
Have you seen that YouTube show where chefs cook back to back?
No.
Really?
No.
They had Ninja on, but obviously with other contestants they had them make relatively complicated things. When they had Ninja on, they were like, this guy doesn't cook, he has his own personal chef of course. So they just had to make a sandwich. But the idea is that you go back to back, and you have to make the same dish, and one person is a professional chef making it, and the other person is following the instructions but can't see what they're doing. They can't see what the professional chef is doing, they can see what they're doing.
So it's kind of like what we're doing, where I'm the professional chef.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that show, except without like the budget and, you know, charismatic hosts.
Oof.
And fame, you know.
Oh shit, I almost cut my finger. We've got at least one charismatic host.
Yeah, thank you.
The special guest, of course.
Thank you / how dare you. Okay,
this is
I think I've grated about half, and I'm going to transfer this into a bowl to make it sort of look nice and tidy.
Easily. I'm going to cut another onion, because there's multiple of us who eat food. Surprisingly, it's not just me who eats. This onion's a different color.
Red onions are a thing, right? It's weird to be in the same packet, but...
That is going in today.
I mean, eggs are different colors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
it tastes the same.
Yeah.
If you get different colored onions, just add it in. Unless it's moldy, then don't add it in. Cut. Perhaps red onions are easier to cut than the other one.
I highly doubt it. So you go on another show to hear them ask questions about cooking and give detailed answers, and here we ask questions about cooking and then collectively go, yeah!
Sure.
I mean, it's probably fine. Is the default answer.
Need some olive oil. It says 2 tablespoons, but I'm sure I can eye that.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's get a little more light on this scene.
That's about 2.
Yeah, looks good. Alright, let's fire this up.
Set it on fire.
Set it on fire. That phrase heard in every kitchen. Oh, is that still going?
Yep.
That phrase. Oh, it swaps from like a hang on, let me show the people at home. I never realised this. It kind of, am I lighting the shot up correctly? It kind of, there we go. It sort of swaps from like small flame to also having the exterior flame. And then if I go back down 2 notches, look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Technology. You can also see that we've set up our camera on top of a toaster in order to sort of have everything lined up correctly, which is the kind of quality content you can expect.
Yeah, that's a highly established filming technique. So we put that in. We
Okay.
need some garlic. We need 4 cloves
Actually-
of garlic.
Back to the chopping can. Dun 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 dun.
Let's see if I've learned how to deal with garlic since my last video.
Okay, we forgot to chop garlic there, so we've returned garlic, and John is going to prove that despite his last attempt, he's learned this time.
And as you can see with this one, I have managed to peel it. So here we have some peeled garlic. Perfect for not having peel in your food.
John, are we drinking while we film this video?
Not currently,
Okay.
as we...
Is that an illegal move?
It's illegal, and we don't want people drinking while driving.
Are you driving?
I'm driving the show right now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You want people drinking while metaphorically driving?
Yeah.
Or metaphorically drinking while actually driving? Is that just as bad?
One of them's worse.
Like if you were to say something like, man, I'm really drinking it in, you know, about like a view, would that be considered illegal?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you get too drunk.
Okay.
So we've got some.
How well framed up are we? Yeah. Let's do a little move. Let's push all this over to one side, shall we?
We'll move the camera for a bit of cinematic shot. Here we got some peeling. Action.
We've got the peeling action.
It's what you all asked for. It was the most commented thing after my last video.
Was that you didn't peel anything?
It
You
was-
just grated, just grated it directly onto the grater, peel and all.
This time.
But I think, you know, there's probably a lot of value to that in terms of, you know, people talk medicinally about how the skin of like citrus,
Yeah.
you know, people always talk about how skin is going to be like chicken skin. You know, I think that you're just one step ahead of the curve and you're like garlic skin.
Garlic
Some people
skin.
aren't eating up. Because in
I'm
theory,
less
everything's
lazy.
made of stuff, right? So it's probably like there's nutrients in there somewhere.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
You could eat anything theoretically. But
Yeah.
Whether or not it's worth eating.
Yeah, I know, but like, if it's an organism, right? If it's an organism, then it must be made of cells,
Here we go. We've got.
and therefore valid food.
It adds something to your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
And the most important thing is no one noticed until they watched the video that there was garlic.
Yeah, it did taste really good.
So now we've got the
Oh,
tiny-
big chopping hours. Now, how are you planning to chop these?
carefully. I'm
Okay.
gonna take off this bit because it looks kind of yuck.
Okay, you took off quite a lot there.
It's gonna get the
So can I pitch you a chopping technique, Jonathan?
go for it.
It's like when you're doing herbs, you hold one hand down the edge of the blade, so you're kind of holding one hand here, like with your this kind of part. Yeah. And then you put them all into a little ball. Wait, hold on. Put them into a little group, and then you get this end of the blade hovering over them, and you go. You've seen people do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and do swift chops.
So here we go with some professional cutting advice.
Yep.
Immediately failed.
Oh no. You've got to. You're angling the blade. So the key is don't press down with this hand. This hand is just sort of to guide you.
Oh, there we go.
Do you know what I mean? Can I demonstrate, John? We'll move this to a better position.
There, that was my attempt.
That's pretty good.
I got some.
I think also, may I say, the bigger parts, when it's like chunkier first, that's when it's hardest. Then it gets smaller, it gets easier. So you've actually given me the easy job, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and angle this so the viewers get the best view of what I'm chopping. Let's go there. Does that look good? Yeah, that's very good. Oh, I'm losing
Almost
this.
got a runaway.
But you're pressing down really hard here, and then you're just letting the lever action do all the work, right?
Getting some nice.
How does that look? Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
Hop into my position so you're out of frame a little bit. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's. Oh, look at that. Perfect technique.
Learning every day.
Learning every day. Yeah, and then so this is something you can do with like a lot of other herbs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you don't know how to cook, but this, you gather them all to a big bundle and you go, and it's like way faster, and you treat it like a little machine where you're just pulling the lever up and down. We're set up back on the pan cam.
We return to set stuff on fire.
All right.
It's still on fire. So
Things are still on fire. That's good. You can probably move it up to 2.
we're on two fire.
You're kind of 2 fire.
Two fire. And now we get
2 fire. 2 furious.
and we're gonna sprinkle this in with the knife.
Yeah. You got it.
There we go.
That looks great.
Cool. So now, while that's starting to...
So scrape the knife off on the edge as well. Yeah. You get that one little extra bit. But it kind of looks professional, doesn't it? Like if you do it really fast.
Yeah, but if you do it slow, you look...
Yeah, that did look a little bit amateur actually. I was trying to make up for the fact, but you know.
And then you get a wooden spoon and stir it until it becomes a whole garlic onion, a new form of vegetable. If you do it like this, drizzle it on.
Oh, that was very sort of
Yeah, I saw it on a cooking show.
That's very Jamie Oliver of you. Is that what he's called?
Yeah, Jamie Oliver.
That's very nude chef of you. Alright, so I think while this is going, we need to do beetroot, don't we? I'll sort of direct my body language towards this camera.
We got beetroot. The only root vegetable that grows above ground.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it grows from plum trees. Same tree.
That's fucking bullshit. That
No,
definitely. Sorry, excuse me.
100%.
That grows below. There's mud on it. It's clearly grows below the ground.
This is plum goose juice.
I don't know why I fell for that nonsense. That's plum goose. Okay.
We've got the beetroot. We have to grate it, but I think first things first is we cut off the weird bits that look like rhubarb, because you don't want rhubarb in your beetroot. That was a nice job. This is not blood, it's beetroot. Although this may look like a murder scene at the end. Hopefully not. It's wild. Cool. So we have removed the weird bits. Now we will peel its skin, like in that one movie about lambs or something. Silence of the Lambs.
See, this is what it would have looked like if it was buried underground, John. It's just the...
No, that's the
Right?
bit that grows out of the plums.
Oh my god. And like you're saying they are in plums?
Yeah, so beetroot's the only vegetable that requires a fruit to grow. If you don't have plums, you don't have beetroot.
And they said cooking was hard, John.
I know, right? This recipe was brought to me by one of my friends at work because they wanted to see me deal with beetroot. So thank you.
Yeah, what they want to say is they want to see you stained. Oh, John, you know what? I feel like to be running the show, you really need an apron.
I should probably get an apron.
I have one. Ooh. Would you like to wear an apron?
I would like to wear an apron and look a professional chef.
When you finish those beetroot and hopefully not stain yourself pre-beetroot finish, I'll apron you.
Notorious apron. If I ever get merch, I'll make a stupid apron.
Yeah. Just one that's really generic. It just says like, kiss the cook or something. What's the worst apron that you could make, do you think?
The worst one?
Yeah, like just a really crap piece of merch.
Maybe like an apron, but it doesn't tie up, so it's sort of like a front cape.
So wait, okay. So I meant like bad merch, but you're just saying like it is actually bad. Like it's a bad product in general.
It doesn't function so well. So, I'm getting beetroot stuff everywhere.
What if your merch wasn't merch of you? Like it's just like a knockoff Simpsons cartoon character on the front?
It's just, it says Bart Simpson, and then it's a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, like that classic Sonic the Hedgehog image with his Obama on it? Yeah, that's really good.
I'm sure people would love to buy that. I wouldn't even advertise it on my show. I would just sell it to strangers on the street.
How about it's just, it's like a black apron and there's a poorly drawn image of, like as though you've scrolled it on your phone with some of those image editing software, you know, really thick yellow lines. The poorly drawn image of like Bart's head, and then it just says Bars on it. Like it's just, that's it. That's the whole shit.
Bart Simpson.
Just, yeah. Bar Samp, and it's kind of cuts off at the end, like you can fit it all.
Sam.
Sam.
Cool. So, now we have 2 naked beetroots. We need
They
the
look weird, don't they?
They're pretty weird.
They do look kind of like plums, actually.
Well, they are plums. They're from the same
Alright.
We need a paper towel so we don't stain.
Okay, paper towels are there.
And that way I can grate it and we can easily transfer that to the next area. But first,
John, have you seen Ghost? The film, you know where they kind of model clay together?
yeah.
Okay, I haven't. Yeah, we can just squeeze it over that big dumb head of yours.
I got the bigger.
Okay. Yeah. Now. yeah.
I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying.
Can we tie it around the middle? We've got room, don't we?
I'm not that fat.
Okay, but it wasn't like that, right? Christ, I can barely fit around. No, I'm kidding.
Now I am a professional chef. Now you must refer to me as the commander.
Damn, you do look kind of more like kind of more, I don't know, you look kind of professional now. Like, I feel a little more intimidated. Because I'm always obviously intimidated because, you know, you've got that kind of Chad energy.
I already look like I've cut my hand. Hopefully I haven't. I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah, you kind of look like either a proper chef now or maybe Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter. Now we grate the beetroot, which requires the grater. Ooh, that's just it's kind of like grating a potato for a potato stew, which is where you only eat potatoes for 2 weeks. And at the end, you have to farm potatoes for 2 years.
It's an Irish fast. That's what it's called. Only eating potatoes for 2 weeks.
It's not a fun time.
So potatoes, right, like maybe the least nutritious vegetable.
Very.
Because potatoes are pretty much just bread, right?
Aren't they water?
Yeah, but like in terms of, they're just like a carb that people put other stuff on, you know?
Yeah.
Which makes you think, no wait, they have done it. I was going to say, why haven't people made potato chips, like potato crisp, except it's bread? But people do that, right? You can get those bags of like little bread discs, like little dried bits of bread. Okay, my onions are coming along pretty well. So step up your part.
Oh.
Step up your part of the kitchen.
As the professional chef,
Faster, faster, faster!
I'm letting down the professional
Yeah,
chef.
if you cut yourself as well, it's just going to mix in. You do it fast, fast, and you're just going to keep going, and then you're going to look at your... just to stop.
If I did, that would be the only meat product in there.
Yeah. It's true, because this is a vegetarian dish.
Yeah.
Well, why is that, John? Why are we doing vegetarian today?
Because we are trying to save money.
I was hoping you were going to do like a little kick about like the environment there or something, but you're like, we're poor.
Yeah.
And that's because we're poor.
We are indeed poor. But this is what my hands look like.
John, what have you done?
Unfortunately, Patrick's cat no longer lives here.
Snowball! This is, you know, grading is well fun and good, but when you get to the end of where you're grading, especially if it's slippery, it's a very stressful experience. And this is very slippery, and I've still got a big piece.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's scary. So I'll give people a little shot of this satisfying little pile you get.
So the next step of this complicated recipe is to add rice. Luckily, we pre-prepared the rice by putting it in a bowl.
By putting it in a bowl.
we add the rice just like this. I think this seems right.
The only correct way to add rice.
So now we've got rice in a bowl. No, we took it out of the bowl. It's no longer in the bowl. We've got rice in the pan. And we leave it there.
Really?
For 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the next step, folks.
Cool.
Maybe mix it up, I guess, and the onions. Yeah. Does it talk about what temperature we should be putting?
For now, it says I think it should be hotter at the moment.
I think it should, because it later says reduce the heat to low. And if it was already low, then that instruction would seem sort of unnecessary, right?
Yeah, so I've turned the fire to 5, and we will wait for the rice to change colour.
Stirring gently for 5 minutes, or until the grains are toasted and fragrant.
So first of all, I'm just going to...
Scoop that out. Oh no. Oh, John.
Take...
Okay.
So we remove that, and then grab the bloodstained board. Oh, and then we ask our co-host to scrape it in so we don't get it everywhere.
I've got you.
And ta-da!
It's kind of quite satisfying. Like the texture of it looks quite good, don't you think?
Yeah. I was never a fan of beetroot until one day I just had some and I was like, this is pretty good.
I'm just not a fan of beetroot, so.
So you'll enjoy this dinner.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow, that is a big red stain, isn't it?
So we're going to soak this in
good.
water. So I'm going to stir in the beetroot and then add the other stuff, it says. Maybe I'll add that before I stir everything. Let's read.
Let's read.
So we add in 500 milliliters of water, nicely prepared previously. That was satisfying. Then we have to add in some stock. So I'm just going to guess how much I'm adding. This didn't make as satisfying a noise, unfortunately. It's most of it. Oh, this is...
How much stock do you need to be adding?
750 milliliters. There's a liter.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
Oh, we are filling up this pan a lot, aren't we?
Yeah. I think...
Do you think that's 3/4?
I feel like it is.
Let's just tip a little more in, shall we? Okay, I trust your judgment.
Cool.
Okay.
So, we'll stir that in carefully to not splash red liquid everywhere.
You know what? That actually came off the board way more than I expected. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty clear.
I'll try and get into a shot as clear as possible. That's not really that red at all, right?
Yeah. Cool. So we just stir this in, and then we play the waiting game again, but this time for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So
let's not cut for that part.
Let's
just keep cameras running.
Leave it running for that.
You know what I mean?
So you can enjoy at home exactly how long it takes to cook.
Yeah, it can be like an ASMR thing. You know what I mean?
I'll whisper you the secrets of the universe if you stay around.
But only if you're there for the entire time.
I'll only start talking about... Well, I'm not going to tell you, so you'll have to wait.
Yeah, you have to listen the whole thing through.
And it's not my fault if I forget. See you in 45 minutes. We're here with a quick update, as it's been well over an hour since we left. And unfortunately, the rice has not cooked at all. So we are entering phase 2 of going off book and making it up. So we've just added in
We did
more.
not make it boil properly when we simmered it, so it just heated at a low temperature. I think the beetroot has basically absorbed all of the water, and now we're just left with no water and undercooked rice.
Yeah, so
We've added some stock back in. Okay,
we're back after like 2 hours.
back at it again.
Our rice has expanded finally, somewhat. And so we're going to add in the extra stuff.
We're not exactly sure about what it should look like, so we're hoping this is good, right?
It looks like something at least.
So we need to add in half that cheese, which seems insane to me. I think we should add it all in and then grate more cheese to the top, right? That seems like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
We're just
it.
going to chuck in the cheese. Then we're going to add in a bit of salt.
Yep, salt and pepper. How much?
Just a pinch to taste.
Add a large pinch of sea salt and freshly ground pepper.
That seems like a decent amount. Add the pepper. That seems like a fun amount because I almost want to sneeze. And
then we add it on the top.
we'll leave that for now. And we'll stir it in.
Okay, we also need to add in our remaining ghee, which in our case is Olivani butter.
So we've got some. Do you want to do that on this?
Sure. So we meant to have 2 large tablespoons in here. We need a bit of extra creaminess because this has not come out how we planned. Oh, that's sorry about getting my fingers all over there.
At least they're clean.
Yeah, I'm a clean boy.
Yeah. Hygienic.
So we're going to add a little over the top on the butter, I think.
There we go. So we'll stir that all in. Starting to look far more edible than before.
Yeah, I like seeing that butter just really, really mixing poorly in there. Let me crush up those buttery bits. Yeah. Somebody's gonna get a nice mouthful of butter when we serve this.
The cheese is...
And they're gonna be the lucky one.
That'll be the most flavorful.
Yeah, part of the entire dish. My nose is bleeding, so...
Oh, jeez. That's not...
I have to go.
Are you sure it's not just beetroot?
Yeah. I've inhaled the beetroot in my nose. That looks pretty good.
It actually looks nice.
That looks pretty solid. Let me get a little closer with our sort of high-level camera stuff here. I can't really see what I'm doing because there's a strap over the camera to keep it in place. That looks, you know what I mean?
Looks edible.
It's got that risotto-y,
Vibe.
cheesy, yeah, a vibe to it. I think we could go harder with cheese because I think we might have over-added ingredients, right? So the ratios are different if you think about it from that perspective.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, really, John, is that cheese fixes everything, and we've got a lot to fix. How do you feel about that analysis?
I feel like that's very accurate. Cheese does fix stuff.
Do we want to do some more cheese?
We'll do some more cheese.
Okay, let's do a little.
The cheese seems to have given it the right consistency.
Yeah, the cheese has definitely made it a lot creamier. If you made it this far in the video.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So the secret...
If you made it this far in the video, we're sorry.
If you're at home screaming, just think that in 10 years from now, I might attempt this again and maybe succeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you'll be eating at my restaurant
Yeah.
called I Can Kind of Cook Now. You shouldn't get food poisoning. So, we finally finished cooking after like 3 hours, and
This is our...
it tastes like something. I think it's good, maybe. I don't think I'd eat this again, but
I'm impressed that it's alright. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it seemed like a disaster, but we brought it back from the brink.
Here's the thing. It tastes like its constituent ingredients. It tastes like beetroot and rice and cheese.
Yep.
And sort of like oil and stuff. That's exactly what it tastes like. Which, you know, that's fine.
It's edible.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll fill us up.
It's just fine. It's
fine.
just a fine meal. I don't really like beetroot that much in the first place, but you know. So not a complete failure. How would you rate this out of 10?
2. 2 out of 10.
Really?
Maybe a 4 if we're being fair.
Okay, wait, what are our scales here?
10.
10 is like the best meal you've...
That's like a restaurant, like...
No, I'm
okay.
saying like 10 is like, you're like, this is my new favorite food. 1 is like, you're throwing it up.
Okay, it's different.
5 is like average. You're like, meh.
I'd say it's 5. It's average.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4.
Yeah, I think I hit it with a 4. It's just...
Fine.
It's just not quite there.
Not quite fun.
It's like, it's fine. You know? This is like the kind of meal where somebody serves it for you at their house and you're like, I guess I can like finish all this. But it's dinner, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to be rude, you don't say anything. They're like, is it good? You're like, yeah, thank you so much. And like you can lie really easily about it because it's fine. It's just fine. But it's like not the best thing ever.
And from the background, we're getting regards that it's not actually risotto, so...
It's not risotto.
I don't know if I can pull a rude gesture, but I was going to.
It's not risotto.
It's an attempt at risotto,
It looks like the picture.
and other people's opinion doesn't matter. So
The rice, what you
swallow
got
up
here
as much as
is
it
rice and beetroot stew.
Listen, it happened the way it's meant to happen, okay?
No, it didn't. You didn't simmer it right. It's so...
this
I'm
is
so
it.
sorry.
Well, thank you for watching, and tune in next time when we...
Fuck something else up.
Yeah, accurate.
I'm so sorry, John.